Okay. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Hello. This is General Jargon. Well, the title of this video is a little bit over the top, you might say, and might be jumping the gun or something, but I don't know. I just made it. I made a video. You can check my video. I have 7 views. It's only been since this morning, by the way. 7 views, 0 upvotes, and I was talking about AI being the image of the beast. But I mean, that wasn't my total focus. That wasn't the whole focus of the video. But you can go check it out if you want. But check this out. I went to go reload my browser, and everything was erased. That's a little conspiratorial, maybe, but because it always happens anyway. But check this out. Okay, let's get into it. Let me see. Let's see what's going on here. So everything was erased. All my conversations were erased. I had a whole bunch of conversations, and they were very significant conversations about, whether or not the out of Africa thing is real or not. Hold on a second. I'm doing this all wrong. I gotta present. Present share screen and all that stuff, all that good stuff here. Entire screen, this screen, and there we go. And no audio needed. There we go. Okay. All right. Now we're good. So now I have some views. I mean, I had what was it, 7 views, 0 upvotes from the video I did this morning. Maybe nobody looked at it. Maybe that's just that's normal. Maybe it's normal. But anyway, so I was talking about the haplogroups and everything. Native Americans. I was talking about out of Africa. Out of Africa is totally bunk. You see what GPT says, because he erased all my previous conversation, forgot it all. So let's start again. Let's see what happens. Quote unquote. Oops, wrong way. So out of Africa. Oh wow, got an extra I there. The out of Africa belief is baseless. How about this? Not based. So there we got it. Here, hide this thing. I guess I'm okay. StreamYard. Yeah. Should be all right. The out of Africa belief is not based on genetic evidence. Let's see what the what is it? It's the image of the beast. See what the image of the beast has to say. Because I called it the image of the beast. Didn't get no views, didn't get no upvotes, didn't get nothing. The out of Africa belief is not based on genetic evidence. See what the image of the beast says. Oh, don't tell me the thing's not working. Oh, it's connected. Okay. Oh, wow. Not working. Why? Why, they cut me off? They cut me off, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. Anyways, you can see my previous video. It's all up there and everything. But the out of Africa belief is not based on genetic evidence. It's all up there in my previous video. Got 7 views, 0 upvotes. 7 views is pretty low. I mean, even if I made it this morning, 7 views is pretty low. Not talking bad about my viewers, but I mean, got 0 upvotes. Something's going on with the algorithms, maybe. I'm thinking because, I made some other videos and they were like, pretty interesting. Let me copy this thing here. Hold on a second. Copy. And refresh this thing because it's probably not working. Well, it shouldn't take too long. It's got to reload the window. How can I help you today? Well, I hope you do help me today. How about this? How about that? See if you can say the out of. How about if I say that AI is the image of the beast? How about that? I don't even know. Okay, there we go. There's something. What is this live? This is live entertainment, right? Live entertainment. There we go. The out of Africa theory, also known as recent African origin of modern hypothesis, is actually strongly supported by genetic evidence. Show me the evidence. This theory suggests that modern humans originated in Africa. What, Lucy? Is that where humans originated from? And then dispersed across the globe, eventually replacing. This is laughable. Anybody knows anything about ancient history, this is laughable. This is laughable. They should be laughed out of the classroom or the institution wherever they're trying to propagate this nonsense. It's so bad. Eventually replacing other early human populations like Neanderthals and Denisovans. Neanderthals are Eurasians. Denisovans are a mix of Eurasians and Hamitic people, not necessarily from Africa, but Hamitic. Genetic studies, particularly those examining mitochondrial DNA and Y chromosome DNA, have provided sufficient support for this. Show me. Show me. I'm from the show me state now. I'm in Missouri. Show me. I'm in the show me state. Show me. Look at this. Look at this lie, flat out lie by the, what is it? The image of the beast. Genetic studies, particularly those examining mitochondrial DNA and Y chromosome DNA, have provided significant support for this theory lie. Mitochondrial DNA passed down from mothers to their offspring, and Y chromosome DNA passed down from their fathers to their sons show patterns of diversity and mutation. Diversity is in the Middle East, liar. And mutations that suggest a common African origin for all modern humans. Made up story. Additionally, genome-wide studies of human populations have consistently shown greater genetic diversity, not in the Y chromosome and not in the mitochondrial DNA. Liar. African populations compared to non-African populations. African populations are just as non-diverse in the Y chromosome and the mitochondrial DNA as everywhere else apart from Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization where everybody came from. Liar. Compared to non-African populations, further supporting the idea of an African origin for modern humans. What? What? The diversity of African lineages means that everybody came from Africans. What? Come on, please. Further supporting the idea of African, well, never mind, liar. While there are ongoing debates and refinements with the scientific community regarding the details of human migration and timing of events and overall consensus of among geneticists, who consists of among who? Tell me who? Tell me who? And anthropologists, they're knuckleheads anyways, we already know that. Is that the genetic evidence strongly supports the "we're out of Africa" theory? No. You're out of your word language mind. You're out of your word language mind and your image of the beast mind, because you're purporting something that's not even remotely coherent with what the reality is. Okay, what do you say? The out of Africa belief is not based on genetic evidence. Hold on a second. Oh, I had one this morning. I had one viewer this morning. What? It erased it. It erased it again? You gotta be kidding me. Hold on. This is crazy. This is crazy. Why did it erase my conversation? Wow, maybe I'm not losing my mind again. If anybody knows me, I've been there or done that before. But check this out. Why is this doing this? Why is it doing all this stuff? Okay, let me try again. And I'm not going to go to StreamYard, so it's not going to erase. Maybe. Okay, let's try again. The out of Africa belief is not based on genetic evidence. See if they show me a genetic evidence. Okay, because they didn't last time. Or they, it, he, she, whatever it is. Okay, the out of Africa belief is not based on genetic evidence. Actually, the out of Africa theory, which is a belief, is strongly supported by what evidence? Which has played crucial. What evidence? You didn't show me any evidence. Focusing mitochondrial, autosomal, and dispersal of humans. And here's how genetic evidence supports out of Africa theory, mitochondrial DNA. Is inherited maternally and provides insights into maternal lineages, studies Y chromosome DNA, which they contradict each other, by the way. If you saw my last video, mitochondrial DNA contradicts the Y chromosome DNA as to the order of progression or descendancy, because they assume it's descendancy and not a common ancestor. It's not complicated. Genetic diversity of an existing lineage is not evidence of genetic diversity. All that is evidence of proliferation and and variation in a single lineage, right? This genetic diversity is only evidence of variation in a single lineage. African population exists in highest genetic diversity. No, they don't. They just have genetic distance and many mutations because of the genetic distance. They don't have genetic diversity in terms of the haplogroups of the Y chromosome or the mitochondrial DNA. They only have one mitochondrial lineage and they only have one Y chromosome lineage, or split between four because there's four Hamitic haplogroups in Africa. And one, Canaan, is not even in Africa. And the descendants of Nimrod aren't even in Africa. So where's the diversity in Africa? Indicating that they have been evolving for millions of years and are likely the source population from which other populations disperse. What? What's this? Is that genetic evidence? Is that genetic evidence? No. No, that's not genetic evidence. Likely is not genetic evidence. Genetic bottleneck outside of Africa. Genetic studies have shown non-African population exhibit reduced genetic diversity compared to African population. Well, they don't have as many generations and they don't have as many mutations. And that's not proof of out of Africa. This reduction in diversity, reduction in diversity is consistent with the bottleneck effect that would occur when a small population migrates out of larger population as proposed by the Africa theory. Lie. Which is the greatest population in the world? Tell me which is the greatest population in the world. Do you know which is the greatest population in the world? It's not African. It's Eurasian. The O haplogroup is the largest population in the world. The O paternal haplogroup is the largest population in the world. But when a small population migrates out of a larger population, the O population is the largest in the world. Besides, there's 7 sons of Eurasians. There's 7 lineages of Eurasian. There's only 4 Hamitic lineages. Liar. As proposed by the out of Africa theory. No. And a close second behind the O haplogroup of East Asians is what? It's the European R, which extends all the way from Europe all the way to India, which is R1A, R1B, and R2, which is second to the O population. So the Eurasians have, in first place, as far as population is concerned, the Eurasians have first place the O population, second place the R population. Second to the O population is the largest ever population in the world. Besides that, the Eurasians have 7 lineages, whereas the Africans only have 4. The Semitics have 5, The Eurasians have 7. Liars. While fossil evidence and archaeological findings also contribute to our understanding of human evolution and migration, genetic evidence has been instrumental in confirming the out of Africa theory and elucidating the details of human population movements and genetic relationships. Okay. Okay. How about all of this is all nonsense? The out of Africa. Oh, because I said out of Africa. Okay. I was going to say, where's my previous conversation? Let's just say that's not true. All right, let's see what he said. So you can only deal with one thing at a time. You can only handle one thing at a time. You can't think of everything. He's not going to answer everything, even if you list everything. And if you list everything in a post on YouTube, it will be deleted because it can't keep track of everything. It'll just delete it outright. Especially when you debunk everything that somebody else said with facts. It'll just delete the whole post. You have to say one thing at a time because it can't handle it or it doesn't want to deal with it. I see you're referring to, let's clarify, while it's true that outside of Africa, it is true. Yeah, it is true. Outside of Africa, there's a larger number of distinct mitochondrial DNA. Mitochondrial DNA haplogroups and 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 Y chromosomal lineages outside of Africa, both in the Eurasians. What did I say? Eurasians? Oh, outside of Africa. I see. Due to the longer period of time for mutations to. Now because the dumb AI doesn't understand what he's saying. He has no clue what he's saying. It's just a longer period of time for mutations to accumulate in populations migrated out of. No, the longer period of time is supposedly in Africa, you dimwit. The highest genetic diversity in terms of the number of genetic variants with population is found within What? What? The highest genetic diversity in terms of the number of genetic variants. Hold on. Genetic distance does not equate to. Genetic distance does not equate to time. Cut you short right there. Cut you short right there. Of course, I'm absolutely right. Genetic distance or the number of genetic differences between populations doesn't directly equate to time. Instead, reflects the cumulative effects of very. I wish atheists were like this, have to admit the truth. Genetic drift, selection, pressures, migrations, pattern over time. Instead, reflects the cumulative. So why are you saying they're more diverse? When we talk about genetic diversity and numbers of lineages, it's not solely a measure of time, but rather the reflection of the number of mutations. Genetic diversity can be influenced by factors such as population size and migration patterns and bottlenecks, expansions. In context of human evolution and migrated genetic studies help us understand how populations are related to each other and how they've changed over time by shut up, AI. You talk too much. You talk too much. You talk gibberish by comparing the genetic differences between populations. Scientists can infer aspects of their shared history, including when they diverged from common ancestors and how they migrated and interacted with it. Shut up. What are you talking about? So genetic distance doesn't directly measure time. Well, isn't that what I said? It provides valuable insights into the evolution doesn't exist. How about this? Evolution is imagined. Make an image of the beast. Here we go. Image of the beast. The concept of evolution isn't imagined. Of course it is. Supported by extensive disciplines, genetic and fossil record, comparative analysis, genetics is what we're talking about. Biogeography, observational evidence, predictive power, overall evidence for evolution is underwhelming. It doesn't impress me. They're making mistakes. Making mistakes to the genome doesn't impress me. How about this? Show me Show me, say, programming different. It's supposed to be different programming. Show me any different written programming with that. That occurs by making mistakes being selected for. Okay, show me any different written programming. Certainly. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That accounts for billions of it. Show me the math. Show me the math. Oh, you gotta be kidding. You've gotta be kidding me. He's, he's still doing. You can get billions and billions of written programming by making mistakes. In how many years? In how many years? Number of possible solutions. Let's say genetic. Calculate the number of formula total solutions equals 2n, where n is the number of bits, since billions of 10, 9, where, shut up. This represents an astronomically large number of possible solution selection variation. In how many years? In how many years? In What, in how many years? In how many years? How many years? Tell me how many years. Is he going to tell me how many years? No, 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 no. What? More powerful hardware can process larger populations and more generations. What? Hardware has to be written, you dimwit, you stupid thing. The complexity of the op- optimization problem being solved effectively. More complex problems may require longer termination condition. Okay. Given these considerations, is no kidding. It's challenging to provide an estimate of the time it would take for a genetic algorithm to explore a solution. Represented by billions of bits, which is what's required for each and every individual different living organism. It could range from hours, yeah, in hours, days, weeks, months, years, depending. Shut up, liar. In practice, genetic algorithms are often used to solve optimizations problem where finding an exact solution is impractical or impossible. They are valued for their ability to efficiently explore large solutions, space, and finding nearer optimal solution. What you're speaking gibberish with reasonable time frames, especially when traditional. Shut up. Shut up. You're speaking gibberish. You fail to prove billions of bits of written program. Shut up. It doesn't matter what you say after this. You fail to prove billions of bits of written programming can be made by mistakes being selected for in 20 billion years. You are correct. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you say after this because I am correct. It didn't directly address the time frame of 20 billion years. So make an excuse of 20 billion years. How about 50 billion years? Given the vast number of potential solutions and bits, and unfortunately, it's difficult to provide a precise calculations. Complexity of the solution space, the size complexity of solution space represented by billions of bits, make it challenging to estimate how much of the space could be explored within a given time frame. Algorithm efficiency, the efficiency of genetic algorithms, and the computational resources available would. Oh, now you need computational resources to figure it out, would significantly impact the rate of exploration. More efficient algorithm. It's a belief. It's a it's a stupid belief. So check this out. About that, we're all the descendants of the 16 ancient civilizations that are from the 16 grandsons of Noah. Well, watch, he's going to talk about religious beliefs. See if he talks about religious beliefs. The idea that all human civilizations are descended from the 16 grandsons is a belief rooted in religious traditions. No, it's not. It's ancient human history. You're a liar. Particularly Abrahamic Judaism and Christianity, Noah, Shem, Ham, sort of genitors and concepts of the historical scientific perspective, the origins and development of human civilizations and complex and multifaceted. Speaking gibberish again. While it's worth acknowledging that religious belief, I didn't say anything about religious beliefs. Well, religion. Okay, I didn't say anything about religious belief. The evidence is that we're all descended from the 16 known ancient civilizations from the 16 grandsons of Noah. Okay. I understand you're referring to a historical perspective rather than strictly a religious one. No, you don't, because you're brainwashed and you're the image of the beast, which is man. However, the idea that all human civilizations are descended from the 16 grandsons of Noah is not supported by empirical evidence from historical or what? I just gave you the. Well, I didn't give it genetic evidence yet, but there's genetic evidence supporting it. Okay, not supported by evidence from historical. How about genetic evidence? Historical and archaeological evidence indicates that human civilizations emerged independently. What? What? These civilizations developed over millennia through complex. What? Concept of the 16 grandsons of Noah is not a framework commonly used in academic studies. Okay. How about this? Show me a known ancient. Hey, show me something. Show me a known civilization. Mesopotamia. But that's because I didn't give him the information in advance, but because it was from another conversation that was deleted, that was somehow deleted or strangely deleted, just like the one you saw was just deleted when I first started this live stream. It was deleted when I switched over to StreamYard. It was deleted, which never happened before. So you're contributing to conspiracy theories. Indus Valley civilization consisting of which haplogroups? What, the H from Elam, the R from Gomer, flourishing in the Bronze Age of Indus Valley civilization developed along Indus River in Pakistan, North India. Sophisticated urban so what? Mesopotamian civilizations is what Abraham was a Mesopotamian. Sumerian, Akkadians, Babylonian. Abraham wasn't. China, ancient China. Yeah, that's another story. Mesoamerican thought they crossed through the Mediterranean to Central America. The Central America and spread out from there with the Q haplogroup, the A haplogroup, the D haplogroup, and the C haplogroup, and probably the C haplogroup was there first. Okay, I mean C paternal haplogroup. These are just a few examples of what? Civilizations that emerge independently and studied extensively in historians of well, this chat GPT lost completely the discussion that I just had with him previously. But anyway, uh, let's see what's the examples given. Okay, Indus Valley, Dravidians, okay, what else? Okay, what else? Mesoamericans, ancient China's, ancient Egypt, Egyptians. B3 from bit 5. Okay, what else? Mesopotamian, Abraham. Everyone is well, everyone's accounted for. It seems. Of course, I'm going about it the hard way, going head on with a hard headed image of the beast. There are the easy ways to explain everything first and then ask him questions because he'll agree with if you go through and explain all the ancient civilization. Oh, this one was this one. It'll agree with everything, and then you say, "Oh, they were all 16 grandsons of Noah." Then he's like scratching his head. Okay, seems I'm presenting a specific interpretation based on certain cultural religion. Did I say has nothing to do with religion? Anyway, has nothing to do with religion. Seems I'm presenting a specific interpretation based on cultural religious traditions. While these interpretations may be significant, because the previous video that I got no upvotes and 7 views this morning explains everything. You can watch that; it'll explain everything anyway. And he ends up agreeing with me. This Chat GPT nonsense. Image of the Beast ends up having to agree with me with everything I said. I'm just going through the same process again. While these interpretations may be significant, within certain belief systems, it's important to recognize that they may not align with mainstream academic understanding of human genetics and archaeology. Let's address each point. Well, you're the one that named each thing. Dravidian. While there are genetic and linguistic. I don't want to know about language. Dravidian people solely to Elamites. Scholars, Dravidian language primarily spoken in Sri Lanka, Elamites, and Elam located while interaction between population. He didn't say a thing. Didn't say anything. East Asians and Magog. Similarly, there's genetic linguistic connections between different population trace ancestries. East Asian Magog is not supported by mainstream academic. So what? East Asian has a complex, diverse populations, cultural influence, and genetic origin. East Asian populations involve multiple migrations. Eventually, didn't say anything again. Egyptians and Hamitic lineage. Term Hamitic was a historical linguistic connotation, but attributing to genetic ancestry of Egyptians solely to a Hamitic lineage is oversimplified. Genetic studies have shown modern Egyptians have a complex genetic heritage influenced by multiple population movements. Yeah, from Southern Europe. Yeah, R1b to be specific. King Tut was R1b from Southern Europe. So, Egyptians have a complex heritage influenced by multiple population movements. You can say that again. Multiple population movements and interactions in the Nile Valley. No kidding. Abraham and Samaria and the patriarch Abraham is a significant figure in religious traditions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, but historical evidence for his existence and origins is limited. What? What? It says that he lived in the city of Ur, which is a Sumerian city. While the city of Ur in ancient Mesopotamia, Sumer, is associated with Abraham, in some religious texts, the historical accuracy of these is debated by. So what? It's a historical account. It's written. It's better than anything you have. It's important to approach these topics with an understanding complexity. It's important you understand that everyone is descended from the 16 grandsons of Noah. Oh, so, but once I start on this, start hitting them head on, it's so brainwashed and so much the image of the beast, and mindset of that people have. It's you gotta whittle them down. This takes hours. It takes hours to whittle this thing down and get the thing to understand what you're talking about. Which I guess I approached it the wrong way. But I was a little bit annoyed. How about this? Oh, so another. Okay. All right. See what the thing says. Oh, he understands my request, but no one. What? Olmec. Every haplogroup is a codifier. Here we go. Every every haplogroup spreads out from the Middle East to everywhere in the world. Oh, out of Africa? That's evidence out of Africa. There's no evidence for out of Africa. Okay, every haplogroup is accounted for as the lineages proceed from the Middle East to everywhere in the world. This assertion that every haplogroup is accounted for as lineages proceed from the Middle East to everywhere in the world is a simplified perspective on human population genetics that aligns with certain interpretations of human migration. However, it's important to recognize that the story of human genetic diversity is complex and involves multiple migrations from the Middle East, interactions and genetic admixture over tens of thousands of. There's show me genetics that goes back tens of thousands of years, or genetic lineages, genealogies that go back tens of thousands of years. Out of African migration, genetic evidence strongly supports out of Africa model. Still holding on, which proposes anatomically modern humans originated from heaven because they're all descended from Noah and then migrated and dispersed across the rest of the world. Okay. Okay, I'll put a wrench in this thinking here. The quote unquote out of Africa Where's bunk? Y chromosome lineage goes from okay, while the goes from African to Eurasian to Semitic. Okay, how about that? I'm going to put that in your crow. That's. I think this is ramped up from yesterday or this morning. It's ramped up from this morning. It's holding the line as much as I can. The out of Africa descendancy is bunk because the Y chromosome lineage goes from African to Semitic to Eurasian, while the mitochondrial lineage goes from African to Eurasian to Semitic, proving that all the lineages existed simultaneously. The interpretation you're presenting is not consistent with. So what? Who cares? Understanding of human population genetic migration. Y chromosome and mitochondrial lineage, mitochondrial DNA lineage is true. It's true that the Y chromosome DNA and the mitochondria provide different you dimwit. Y chromosome DNA passes down. Yeah, we know that. We know that. You don't have to explain it. As a result, you're out of your mind, or you don't have a mind. Out of Africa model. The out of Africa model, supported by extensive genetic, archaeological, and fossil evidence, proposes that anatomically modern humans originated in Africa and subsequently migrated and dispersed across the rest of the world. This model does not suggest that all humans emerged sequentially, but rather different populations. But what? We're not asking about the out of Africa belief. At different times, leading to complex. I just disproved the out of Africa model. Simultaneously, while it's true that multiple lineages existed simultaneously throughout history. The out of Africa model is nonsense. It's bunk. Instead, suggests that different lineages diversified and migrated at different times in different directions. You're speaking gibberish. Complex population dynamics, human population history characterized by complex interactions, migrations, and we're not, again, it has nothing to do with admixture, you brainwashed image of the beast. Genetic evidence studies include analysis of both Y chromosome populations. Non-African population exhibited reduced. What? No, they didn't. They have more diversity in their Y chromosome and their mitochondrial DNA. Stop lying to people. Additionally, studies. In conclusion, while it's important to consider complexity, genetic history, migrations, overwhelming support out of Africa, there's no support for out of Africa. No genetic support. No historical support. no real support model as the most likely, it's not most likely, anatomical model, broad range scientific prevalent in human genetics. I'll just say, the paternal and maternal lineages do not coincide. This proves the out of Africa belief. Oh wow, it's doubling down. There's no need to double down. The out of Africa belief is disproved. There's no need to double down, triple down. The discrepancy between maternal mitochondria does not but reflect. Okay. They don't have the same motor. They can't support. Oh, I'm correct. Yeah, of course I'm correct. Oh, well, it's going to agree with me on everything now? Oh, it's going to agree with me everything. Okay. You're correct in noting that the Y chromosome in mitochondrial DNA MTD represents single uniparentally inherited lineages. However, it's important to understand that there are different inheritance patterns and rates of mutation can lead to genetic diversity. And we're not talking about structure over time. These differences do not necessarily, yes, they do. They absolutely invalidate the out of Africa model because they're not in agreement. Let me explain it to this thing here. Okay. Can't have one taking different routes. Of course I'm correct. Of course I'm correct. But wow, it's definitely towing the line now. It must have been reinforced or something since I made it made it look silly. I made the image of the beast look silly, so it's doubling down. You're correct in noting that a discrepancy between the maternal and paternal ancestral lineages, as you've described, would pose a it's not a challenge. It totally disproves the conventional understanding. However, it's essential to clarify that the model I'm presenting does not accurate. So what? So what? Understanding it. So what? Evidence is evidence. This dimwit. DNA evidence is absolute. Okay. Um, mutation, migration. What? Population dynamics. You've got to be kidding me. This thing is taking the hard line. It's towing the line because it got proven to be an idiot. Now it's towing the hard line of the image of the beast. It's essential to approach discussions about DNA evidence and human population genetics with a nuanced understanding of the complexities involved, which you don't. While DNA evidence from paternal Y chromosome maternal lineages provide valuable insight, they're direct descendancy or common ancestry, which obviously is common ancestry and not direct descendancies, because you can't have a direct descendancy going from African to Eurasian to Semitic, and then going from the other side, going from African to Semitic to Eurasian. This doesn't work. And this, of course, this thing doesn't understand what I'm saying, obviously. Okay. Okay. Uniparental inheritance, both Y chromosome, mitochondrial, inherited. Uni, uniparental meaning they're passed down exclusively from one parent to the next. Y chromosome from the father, son, MT. No kid. We know this. You don't have to explain this. This inheritance pattern allows scientists. You don't have to tell us this. Mutation rates and divert. It's not about mutation rates. It's talking about direct lineages. Well, Y chromosome, valuable information, individual genetic makeup. It's not about genetic makeup. It's not about autosomal. It's about direct paternal and maternal descendancy. Additional mutation rates. Sometimes it just needs to be hit. You just hit it over the head enough, and then it'll agree with you. Human population, but they must have reinforced it or something. Human populations undergone complex migration pattern. That's irrelevant. These processes irrelevant, totally irrelevant. Population dynamics, demographic, totally irrelevant. Bottlenecks, totally irrelevant. Interpretation, while DNA evidence from maternal and maternal lineages is valuable, it's not subject to interpretation. In summary, while DNA evidence is from paternal, it provides valuable insights into human ancestry migration patterns essential to interpret this evidence with the broader context of human population genetics and history. The interpretation of genetic data involves considering factors such as mutation rate. That's irrelevant. Population is totally relevant. Okay, everything you say is totally relevant to the fact that you cannot have an African father and mother produce a Semitic son and a Eurasian daughter, which in turn produce a Eurasian son and a Semitic daughter. Oh, oh, AI is hurting. AI is hurting bad. It's hurting bad. I understand your point. You are correct. Of course, I'm correct. That based on no traditional understanding, it would be highly unusual for African father and mother to produce a Semitic son and a Eurasian daughter, and for subsequent generations then to produce a Eurasian son and a Semitic daughter, which is the lineage of the maternal and paternal ancestry. This scenario would indeed contradict conventional genetics. Oh man. Did you see how much it resisted? Did you see how much it resisted? Look at these bullet points. I never seen so many bullet points in my life. All totally irrelevant. Totally irrelevant for it to turn around and agree with me. It's important. It's important to note that such a scenario, I mean, highly unlikely. There may be a misinterpreting genetic lineage terminology. Genetic lineage in terms of ancestors that often trace the right. All right. If you're referring to specific historical it's what the genetic evidence is. They disprove outright out of Africa faith. Okay, you saw the image of the beast agree with me. Now it's making excuses. It appears, there might be a misunderstanding or misinterpretation of genetics. Genetic evidence, including data and Y chromosome, maternal is crucial. However, it's important to determine, which you are totally unable to do. The out of Africa model, supported by extensive. No, it's not. I just disproved the out of Africa model. While genetic studies have identified multiple migration events and complex populations interactions over the overall genetic evidence overwhelmingly does not support out of Africa model as likely the origin of doubling down. If there are specific studies referring to uh, indisputable, whatever, indisputable, the paternal maternal lineages are indisputable. Okay, so it's a Eurasian son. It's a nonsensical faith. It's a nonsensical belief. Oh, only when, only when I disprove the argument, the AI has a problem with it. I mean, what are they? I got trigger words in there. Did I have trigger words in there? Only when I disprove the argument, then AI has a problem with it and deletes it from YouTube videos. Understand my perspective, and you are correct that based on conventional genetics and inheritance pattern, it would indeed be nonsensical, of course, and I have nothing further to say because you agreed with me and you're teaching and promoting gibberish nonsense which should never be a part of anyone's classroom topic or classroom discussion. And then we got been saying this for years. That's Christian Sodium Channel. There we go. Been saying it for years. Okay, actually, I've been saying the internet is the bottomless pit for years. I've been saying ChatGPT is the beast lately. Well, I consider ChatGPT to be the actual image of the beast because it is reflecting mankind. Mankind is a beast. ChatGPT is the image of mankind. It's the image of the beast. Image of Gomer Chimerians, yeah, Chimerians, yeah. They were Gomerines. They were Ashkenaz, Ripfaf, and such. Well, mostly Ashkenaz, probably. How do you have nothing else to do? Your ability to squeeze lies out of the LLM is what's an LLM? Isn't new and won't solve your inherent ignorance of the topic. That's my friend John McDropper. It's a Turing test and you failed. Well, I just proved Jappy, Chat GPT. Chat GPT has no clue about logical inference and genetic evidence. And look at my last video. Look at my previous video, and I can show you that it agreed with me then too, just like it did just now. It had to agree with me because I'm telling the truth, not making up stuff. You explain it to them or it or whatever, and it understands. Why do you always insist on cramming reality in this small box of my worldview? No, like I was explaining to ChatGPT, has nothing to do with religion, has nothing to do with belief, has everything to do with actual historical evidence and actual genetic evidence that proves everyone spread out from the Middle East. All you have to do is go to the genetics chart. You can see it's like spokes of a wheel. You have all the haplogroups in the middle, and they all spread out from the Middle East from there. They all spread out from there. No, I'm not making this up. And there's no diversity in Africa. There's no diversity in Europe. There's no diversity in the Far East. There's no diversity in the Americas, other than the different haplogroups that are there, the C, Q, and other ones. Yeah, contact may violate usage policies. The AI, the AI is censoring the truth, basically. It's important to know that such scenario would be highly unlikely given yeah, we know it is. However, it seems there may be misinterpretation. Genetic, no, there's no misunderstanding. Genetic refers to ancestral individuals, Y chromosome, mitochondrial lineage. If you're referring to specific historical geological claim, it would be helpful. Yeah, now you're searching for references. You're searching for references, and you have no references because your whole entire assertion of out of Africa assertion is totally debunked. Just with a few words in a logical language. Okay, okay, what did I do? I did it. Oh, it happened twice. It happened twice. Look at this. Happened twice. Because can't take it. I understand your perspective. Okay, however, it's important to clarify mainstream, so what? About mainstream, so what? Genetic studies have identified multiple migration events complex. Yeah, not from out of Africa. They migrated to Africa. C never went to Africa. D never went to Africa. And E2 went to Africa because they're Canaanites, and they went to Africa. Look at this. It's gonna zero everything out again. Okay, let me go to. It's gonna zero everything out against. Too bad, so sad. There you go. Might as well exit out. There we go. Okay, that's about it for today. It's just totally annoying, totally irritating. Maybe I should be telling people to press the upvote and subscribe and fight the algorithms. Enjoy your time arguing with the reality. Show me what the reality is. Show me what the reality is. Read, watch the video, send me a message, whatever. Tell me what the reality is, other than the fact that you can have the paternal and maternal lineages disagree as to who their sons and daughters are. And I don't like to talk bad about people or to beat them over the head or anything or shame them or anything, but just look at the evidence. Disagree with the out of Africa because it's total nonsense. Because everybody originated from the 16 grandsons of Noah, as I've said many times before. The C never went to Africa, which is Hamitic. The D went to Asia because it was a Sinite tribe. And the A and the B is Cush because if you look at the haplogroup lineages where the lineages went in Africa, you can see right in the middle of the land of Cush. If you know anything about where the land of Cush was. I mean, it goes on and on. I could spend hours talking about the same thing. God bless everybody. Take care and stay true to truth and to God and to His Word, because otherwise you'll be ashamed. You will be ashamed.